Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ray. Thank you for tuning in to this 20-25 minute vinyasa flow. It's going to be more on the beginner side, but definitely nothing too easy. We're going to be moving through some strong postures, holding them for several breaths, feeling good in the body, opening up the body, working the body, and obviously, as always, focusing on the breath throughout it all. So all you need is really a mat. You can do this on a carpet or, I don't know, outside on the grass. I suggest maybe having a block or a set of books if you don't have a block. The only other thing you need is your breath, focusing on the breath throughout the entire practice. So let's have a seat either in Vajrasana pose, where your hips are seated back onto your heels, or simply in an easy pose with the legs crossed. Close the eyes, ground down. Begin to inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Relaxing the body and the mind. Taking this time for yourself, this 20-25 minutes. Investing in yourself, moving the body, and easing the mind. Come to a nice breathing rhythm that you would think you can hold throughout the practice. Maybe 3 to 4 seconds in and 3 to 4 seconds out. That's usually a good default. Elongating that spine, lifting the crown of the head towards the sky. Getting ready to move. Making sure that you give it your best. In this 20 minutes that you are dedicating to yourself, you are simply doing the best that you can. As we all should in every moment we have, not just on the mat. Every moment in life doing the best that we can. Maybe set an intention, something you want to work on, simple gratitude for the life you have. It can be anything. Try and remind yourself of the intention throughout your practice. Breathe into it, feel it, manifest it. Bring the hands to the chest, if that's comfortable for you. And let's get started. So open the eyes, come into a tabletop position, so your shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees. We're going to start in cat-cow just to warm up the spine a little bit. So on your inhale, you're going to drop that stomach down towards the mat, arching that spine. Lastly, bringing the head up. And then on the exhale, we arch it up towards the ceiling, pressing into those shoulders, into those hands. Inhale, drop the spine towards the mat. Exhale, round that back into cat pose. One more. Inhale, down to cat. Rolling that spine down to the mat. Lastly, bringing the head up. Exhale, rounding the spine up towards the sky. Now come back to neutral. Now we're going to take the back of the left hand and we're going to swing it down on the ground all the way to the right side, Drop that shoulder, drop the head for thread the needle. Twist the upper body towards the right. Feel this nice stretch in the middle back, upper back. This nice twist, opening up the spine. Breathing into it. Always focusing on that breath. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Let's do the other side. So bring the back of the right hand onto the mat and move it out towards your left. Drop the right shoulder and twist to the left. Breathe into the twist here. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Bring the hands down to the mat. Now tuck the toes. Come back, sit onto the toes so we can stretch out the feet a little bit. Feel this nice stretch in the feet and the toes. A lot of our feet are just so tight by the shoes we wear. Not really moving the feet the way we should be, stretching them out the way we should be. So just hold it here for a little bit. Good. Now you can use the hands to come back into a squat. We're going to just sit back into a squat. You can use the hands. Bring the ankles either down to the mat if you can, or you can simply keep them lifted. If you don't have that flexibility yet, that's fine. You can just keep it here. We just hold the squat for a few breaths. It's always good to sit in a squat. Such a foundational pose that we often neglect. We don't do much anymore. It's like a caveman pose. Whenever I'm in it, I imagine thousands of years ago, sitting around a fire in squat position. Now on your exhale, we're going to extend the legs and come into a forward fold at the back of your mat. Maybe bring those feet slightly together, toes touching, heels slightly apart. Your hands can be down on the mat, on a block, on the shins, on the thighs, wherever you feel this stretch. That's all that matters, that you're feeling it and that you're working. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees slightly, roll up that spine. Hands up above your head. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, fall forward from the hips. Bring those hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, bend the knees. Roll up the spine. Inhaling those hands up above the head. Exhale, bring the hands to the chest in prayer position. Inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, fall forward. Good. Inhale, lift up halfway. Now exhale, bend the knees slightly, and we're going to walk the hands to the front of the mat and come into plank pose. So hands about shoulder width apart. Move the feet out about hip width apart. And we're going to come into this very strong plank
Very engaged, confident plank. Pressing into the hands, pressing into those fingers. Core engaged, tailbone tucked. Think about pushing your back up towards the sky, your upper back, sort of like hollowing out the chest. This is where you get a really nice engaged plank. Very solid, very confident. Good. Now on your exhale, on your next exhale, we're going to come into a downward dog. So pedal the legs here. It's the first downward dog. Let's just get warmed up. Bend one leg, then the other. Press into those hands. Push those shoulders out. Feel this in the shoulders, in the spine, backs of the legs. And then when you're ready, come into your static downward dog. So maybe straighten the legs. You can keep them slightly bent. That's completely fine. Now on your inhale, we're going to move back into a plank. Sort of like a wave form, waving that spine. Shoulders over the wrists. And then exhale, come back to downward dog. Let's do 2 more of that. Inhale, move the shoulders forward into a plank. Exhale, downward dog. Good. 1 more. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Inhale, move forward 1 more time into plank. Let's hold it here. Now we're going to take that right knee. This is going to be some nice core work. Take that right knee and just bring it to the right elbow. Hold it for 1 breath. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, bring the left knee to the left elbow. Hold it for 1 breath. Exhale, bring it back. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, bring the right knee to the right elbow. Exhale, bring it back. Good. Inhale, left knee, left elbow. Exhale, bring it back. 1 more. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, left knee, left elbow. Exhale, bring it back. Take a deep inhale here. On your exhale, we come back to downward dog. Now inhale, come high up onto the toes. And then we're going to bring that right foot between the hands. You can lift your hands up here, your palms, or try and keep them on your mat. Bring that right foot between the hands. Drop that left heel. And then we're going to swing up to a warrior 2 on the right side. So bend into that right thigh. Think about putting a 90-degree angle in the knee. You're going to want to see your front 2 toes. And then in the back, make sure that foot is angled about 45 degrees inward. Engaging that left glute, shoulders rolled away from the ears. A nice, confident, open warrior 2. Breathe here. Feel that body working, those legs working, those arms working. Keep that chest proud, not collapsed, but up and open. It's always how you want to have your body. Aligned, proper posture, open. Now inhale, straighten that right leg. We're going to come into a triangle pose. So you can use your block here or simply fold downward. Keep some nice space on that right side. Bring the hand either to the shin, the thigh, the mat, or your block. Move, twist to the left slightly for triangle pose. Keep that left hand pointing towards the sky. You can look down towards the mat.
your midline view, or even up towards the hand. Hold it here, just a few breaths. Feel that nice stretch in the left side of your body, the back of the right leg. Now on your next inhale, bend the right knee. Move back up through warrior two. Hold it here for just a couple more breaths. Good, now straighten the right leg. Move those toes to point outward slightly and bend into the left knee for this high lunge, this high side lunge. Bring your arms or hands to the chest in prayer. Hold it here, working those legs. Maybe shaking a little bit, that's okay. That means we're working. Now straighten that left leg. We're going to step the left foot to meet the right foot. And then we're going to sit back, bring the arms up overhead for a nice chair pose. Very nice, strong yoga pose, chair. Very good for you. Be able to hold a squat with the knees bent at 90 degrees. And on the exhale, we're going to fall forward. Now let's take a vinyasa, which is simply a sequence of about 4 or 5 poses that we move through in order to come into downward dog. So inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back to chaturanga. So bend those elbows, make sure they're 90 degrees. Then untuck the toes. Come into an upward dog. Pushing the chest forward. Shoulders rolled away from the ears. And then exhale, we move back into downward dog. Good. Now inhale, come high up onto the toes. Exhale, bring that left foot between the hands for warrior two. On the other side, so swing up, bend into that left thigh. Make sure the right toes are pointing inward at about a 45-degree angle. Shoulders rolled away from the ears. Chest up, proud, confident, doing your thing. Standing strong in this pose. Feeling the legs work, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Maybe come back to your intention if you set one. I hope you did. Now inhale, straighten that left leg. We're going to come into triangle pose. So bring that left hand either down to the shin, to the block, or down to the mat. Keep that left side expanded, wide, don't collapse it. Sort of bending here from the hips rather than from the ribs. Twisting to the right, that right arm pointing straight up to the sky. Feeling the nice stretch here in triangle. On your next inhale, bend that left knee. Slowly move back up to warrior two. Just for a few breaths here. Now slowly straighten that left leg. Move those right toes to the outside of the mat. Bend into the right leg for a side lunge on the other side. Good. Now inhale, straighten that right leg. We're going to step that right foot to meet the left. And then on our inhale, we're going to come back into this chair pose. Nice, solid chair. Exhale, fall forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step those feet back into a chaturanga, so lower down. On your inhale, we're going to come into a downward dog, press into the hands, open up that front body. Slowly we exhale into a downward dog. Now we'll go through one more sequence of sort of a strong pose. So inhale, bring the heels up, high up onto the right toes. Exhale, bring that right foot between the hands. Stay on the left toes, left knee hovering. We're going to move up into a crescent lunge or a high lunge. Engage the left glute. Make sure you can see the front toe, maybe two toes. Roll those shoulders away from the ears, away from the neck. Inhale, bring your left arm forward, right arm back for a revolved crescent. Inhale, bring the right arm back up, left arm up, back to crescent. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Bring the left heel down to the mat. Now we're going to bend into a side lunge all the way down. If your heel is lifted, that's okay. Into this nice side lunge. Now you can use the hands or you can simply try and get up without using the hands. We're going to come and meet in a chair pose. So press into that left leg, meet that right foot with the left, bend back into crescent. Sorry, chair rather. Sit back into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Let's quickly do the other side. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back to chaturanga, lowering down. Elbows 90 degrees. Untuck those toes. Inhale to upward dog, press into the hands, chest reaching forward. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, come high up onto the toes. Exhale, bring that left foot between the hands. Inhale, lift those arms up. Keep that right knee hovering. Crescent lunge on the left side. Broaden those collarbones. Gaze straight ahead. Inhale, bring the right arm forward, left arm back for revolved crescent. Feel that nice twist in your core. Inhale, bring the left arm back up, right arm back up, crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten that left leg, drop the right heel, come into a side lunge on the right side. Hands at heart, clasped, however you want them. We're going to quickly move into a chair pose, so you can use your hands or try and press into your right leg, not using the hands. Meet the left foot. Inhale,
Chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Now bring the feet about hip width apart. Maybe toes pointing slightly outward. And then we're going to sit back into a nice squat. So bring your hands together. Bring your elbows to the inside of your knees. And kind of pull your elbows outward to open up the groin. Feel that stretch in the inner thighs. Nice stretch to open up those hips, open up that groin. Good. Now we're going to sit back onto our hips and we're going to come into a boat pose. So bring those feet up, shins parallel to the mat, arms straight out in front of you, chest not collapsed, but up, out, nice and proud. Point those toes, engage that core. If this is hard for you, then you can always bring the feet down or hold the legs. That's fine. We just want to feel it in the core here. Hold this for a few breaths. Focus on that breath. Calm that mind, that chattering. That's why we hold these poses, because our mind always reacts. And our job is to breathe through it and continue in comfort and ease to hold these poses. Now inhale, if you want, lower down into low boat. So point those toes, keep those hips, lower back, really glued to the mat. Nice, strong core. My voice is shaking, but that's okay. Inhale, come back up to boat. Exhale, bring the feet down. Good job. Now, come down on your back to lay down on your back slowly. Good. Bring those heels towards the butt. Bring the hands, the palm of the hands down to the mat. And we're going to press our hips up towards the sky for bridge pose. A nice pose to sort of end the strong practice before we move into a couple of stretches, nice restorative stretches, just to finish on a calm note. Slowing down the breath, slowing down that heart rate. Maybe pull the heels a little bit towards your front body, or your upper back rather. So you'll feel it more in the hamstrings, in the glutes, in the lower back. This is a very nice pose, a counter pose. If you're doing some folds. Inhale, bring the hips back down to the mat. Maybe windshield wiper the knees a little bit. See how you feel. Maybe check in quickly with the body. Good. Now we're going to take that right leg and place the right ankle onto the left thigh. We're going to come into a figure four or a supine half pigeon. So that little triangle that you make, you reach your right hand through it, bring your left hand through the other side. Either grab on the shins or grab on the hamstring, and then pull that left leg towards you. Always keep the right foot flexed. Just protects the knee. And it's just good to have that form to make sure in every yoga pose you have each body part engaged in a specific way. Nothing really completely relaxed unless you're doing a completely restorative practice, or simply not working an area at all. But in this case, we want to keep that right foot flexed, pulling that left leg in towards the knee. Good. Exhale, bring the left foot back down, uncross that right foot. Let's do the other side. So bring the left foot onto the right thigh. Same thing, reach through that hole you form. Grab the shin or the back of the thigh. And then move back. Keep that left foot flexed. Press, or rather pull that right leg in towards you. Such a nice stretch you can do after a walk, after a hike. Just kind of opening up that hip socket, stretching the glute. Nice relaxing pose. Nice quick flow, feeling good in the body. Nothing too difficult, I hope. Inhale, bring that right foot down to the mat, uncross the leg, bring the knees into the chest. We're going to take a twist here. So you can move the arms out to the side of you, and then slowly drop the knees to the right side. Maybe use a block for support, or simply twist. Feel that nice twist in the left side of the body, lower back. Maybe bring your right arm or right hand onto your thigh to press those legs even further down. Inhale, bring the legs back to center. Exhale, drop to the left. Nice quick yoga flow, moving in the body. Something you should do every day, whether it's yoga or not, just anything. Inhale, bring the knees towards the chest, to center. Maybe hug those knees in. Let's take 3 double inhales. So we're going to inhale fully, and then when we think we're completely inhaled with all the air, we take another sharp inhale and then exhale through the mouth. So let's exhale all the air out. Take a deep inhale. Another sharp inhale. Open the mouth, let it out. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Another one. Open the mouth, let it out. Last one. Take a deep inhale. Another sharp one. Exhale. Extend those legs to the front of the mat. Drop those feet open. Place the hands to your side, palms facing the sky. A completely surrendered position. And our last pose, Savasana. Relaxing here, relinquishing all control over body, over breath. Simply, purposely scanning the body, bringing awareness to every part of the body, and relaxing. I very much encourage you to stay here for 3, 4, 5 minutes, relaxing, clearing the mind, getting ready for your day, or getting ready for your evening whenever you're doing this practice. Thank you so much to all that made it this far and practiced with me. Thank you for investing in yourself and giving your body and mind what it needs, what it deserves. Have a great day or a great evening. Namaste.